Yeah.
Are you sure you don't have it muted?
I thought it was my audio acting up. Apparently it's happening for one. What's happening, guys? Can you hear us? Can you not hear us?
Audio's cutting real bad. Check
Check
wiring.
wiring.
I bet you it's the noise gate. Hold on, I have a filter on here. Let's turn this off. Minus. Let's try that. There might be a little bit of furnace background noise.
Yay!
Yay, okay.
Awesome. Okay.
Awesome.
Sorry, that noise gate is real sensitive.
Can you hear me?
So, welcome to The Hidden, our interactive D&D 5e charity stream where you, the viewer, can affect the game. Affect the game. English. Gotta love it. Affect the game by donating. Where can you donate?
What a nerd. Where can you donate, Joe?
Where can we donate? It is, let's see here. It should be !hidden. Should bring up the, I don't know if it's working. The bot's not working. Okay.
Why is half the party furries?
Hey, listen.
Let me get you that page here. You can affect the game by donating, and where's the team roster? The Hidden, there it is. Copy pasta into the thing before. Boom! There it is. There's the link right there. You can donate by clicking on that link. I don't know where your chat's at. I'm over there, that side.
Somewhere.
But click on that link, and there are different incentives that you can gift or not gift to the party here. So, yeah, this year our hospital of choice is Riley Children's Hospital in Indianapolis, Indiana. So that's who we're raising money for through Extra Life. We've done this for, I think this is our 4th year as the Nerd Asylum. However, this year we're doing it a little differently because we have created our own team, the Nerd Asylum team. And each of our shows has its very own page that you can affect the game and donate that way. And it's not a competition, but The Hidden is already in 2nd place.
It's a competition.
It's a little bit of a competition.
We all know.
Yeah, we see how you roll.
But our goal this year is $15,000. The first year we did 700, then we jumped up and we doubled that and we got to like 1,800 the second year. This last year we raised. We brought in.
Have risen.
We reached it.
Over $3,100. So we're setting our sights on the clouds, and this year, between our various teams, we are hoping to raise $15,000 throughout the year to Riley Children's Hospital. And you can help us do that, not only by donating, but sharing, tweeting, joining the chat, building up hype. You can even join our team. If you go to the Nerd Asylum's team page on Extra Life, you can join our team, and if you stream or know somebody who streams, you can also be a part of the Nerd Asylum team. So if you're interested in doing that, click on that and help us out. We really want to raise that $15,000 for Riley's. Also, if you miss a live show, because we will be doing this show every other Wednesday, if you can't make a live show, we do, people who sub to the page can view it immediately after the show. But if you don't want to sub to the page, that's cool. Finances are rough. We have a website, thenerdasylum.com, and you can click on the show, and it uploads all the archives 24 hours after the show premieres. So you don't have to wait forever to catch up on your favorite shows. Without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump into The Hidden. So, The Hidden takes place in Faerun, but it is the year 2021 in Faerun. And some things have happened that caused a cataclysm to just ruin Faerun. And we are in a post-apocalyptic setting in Faerun in modern times. So it's 2021, but in Faerun, but it's post-apocalyptic.
That's just real life, baby.
Yeah.
It's just post-apocalyptic now, baby.
So our adventurers, our heroes, were able to survive the apocalypse. They found a colony, a safe haven, as it were, in an area, and they have. Is Joe okay? No, I'm never okay. They found a safe haven, and it was recently attacked by a horde of zombies. They were forced to flee, and these four brave survivors are the only survivors of that colony, forced out of that safe haven. And now we will be diving into the hidden with these four. So, as you flee the colony and you turn to see it overrun by a horde of zombies, the zombies preoccupied with the rest of the people in the colony, you hear the screams and the yelps of your former friends and people that you have gotten to know over the past, however long you've been at the colony. And you can hear the tearing and ripping of flesh and the screams and the yells. But it seems like you have made it to safety. You have made it to relative safety. There doesn't seem to be anything in your immediate area. You're just in the forest outside of the colony. So, we're going to go ahead and introduce our characters in a round fashion here. So, Ray, I'm sorry, you're first. If you want to introduce your character.
My character, his name is Mobius. It's spelled like Mobius strip, but who is Mobius and why are we telling him to take off his clothes? His name is Mobius. He is a tall, very thin satyr would be the most appropriate word, except imagine, if you will, instead of a goat, he is a sheep. We'll get there. It's important. He has big, round glasses, small, dark eyes, cute little sheep ears. He is wearing a utility vest with a backpack on the back and some pockets on his sleeves. And on his legs, he has a series of metal and leather braces.
Fantastic. Kikar.
I am Kikar. I'm playing Kagwar. He's going to be a Tabaxi Ranger. Sword and board, longbow, catting around in the trees, stalking stuff, probably running point most of the time. Kind of a tactical look to him right now. We're going to see if he picks up anything else. But, yeah, it's going to be fun.
All right. And, Rachel. Sorry, Dragon. I was looking at the screen. Keep you on your toes.
Hi, yeah, I'm playing Hayden. Hayden is a changeling rogue. She always looks like a changeling unless they come across other people, because she doesn't need everybody to know that she's a sorry, the chat is throwing me off. They don't need to know that she's a changeling. So right now she has pure white skin, completely black eyes, white hair that is currently braided, and she wears a lot of black because she likes to sneak around and try to hide from a lot of things. She wears a mask over her face half the time, just because you never know what you're going to get into.
COVID.
And currently she's just standing with the rest of the group.
All right. And last but definitely not least, Kaz.
Hello, I am playing Ramirez Starbane. It's the given name for him because he doesn't remember anything before he came to the colony. But he's a pastel pink tiefling with black eyes and pink hair and kind of like, it's a dress. It's kind of like robes, but it's like a blue dress with the gold leafing around the collar and some nice gold leafed high heels. And he's just ready to party.
All right.
Sorcerer, wild magic. I didn't mention that. I was too into the looks.
Okay, I straight up forgot to mention what class I was. I'm an artificer.
Fine.
I'm sure it'll be figured out. I think we have the overlay as well, so you can hover over to see hit points, armor class, level, and whatever else D&D Beyond's overlay does.
Mm.
Sorry. Star just said a thing that Ray said whenever she first saw the poster, and that was, who's the crackhead in high heels?
Am I wrong? You want to look at me and tell me I'm wrong?
You're not wrong. You're never wrong, Ray.
Do you want to see somebody run at you in high heels? Because I will.
Yeah.
Oh.
So as we begin, that might be just a tad loud.
Voids.
Everywhere.
It is fairly nice, other than the random scream and holler from the colony behind you as you move in a easterly direction through the forest.
Map.
Yes, map.
I forgot my map.
Oh, yeah, sorry. So, it is a fairly nice day. The sun is high in the sky. It's probably about noonish, maybe just a little bit after, because the sun is starting to cast shadows. And you're patrolling through the forest. And it's fairly nice. There's a very quaint breeze just kind of drifting through. You can hear the leaves rustling in the canopy above. The birds are chirping. There doesn't seem to be any indication of bad things. It's a very nice, natural environment that you're in, and it's kind of almost... you almost lose the sense of the apocalypse that has happened and is fresh in your mind as you're kind of traipsing through this natural environment. And it's only the occasional sound of scream in the distance that kind of brings you back to that.
We just walked away from the carnage that was our camp.
Yep.
Mobius is crouched over, just finishing up vomiting into a bush.
Oh, honey.
Did we get away?
Looks like the zombies are going to be busy for a while.
I'm gonna rub your back a little bit.
And do we have a plan as to where we're going now?
East to the coast, west to the coast.
West of the coast. Is there anything for us at the coast?
More settlement, more people were there. I don't know if we want to be in the wilds with less resources. At least we'll have elevation and cover.
It's not just Shiloh that mimes, huh?
When was there people there? How long ago?
You've all...
I mean,
Sorry.
Are you asking me or are you RPing that?
That's RP.
Okay.
I don't speak in a weird drawl when it's just you and me, Joe.
oh,
It's not your special Joe language. I only speak to Joe in a drawl. I don't know what you're talking about.
You know, southern accents.
It's just so hypnotic.
No,
Oh, hell.
please, no. Have mercy.
Do we know where these zombies came from? Which direction? Because if they came from the west, they could be zombies from the coast.
I think they came down from the north. And he stands up and he stretches. I'm not usually one to put my faith in fairy tales, but surely we've all heard of it, right? The promised land?
The traveling city.
The traveling city.
I think it is exactly what you said it was, and I think it's just a myth.
Well, a couple hundred years ago, when I was born, I would have told you zombies were a myth.
Wait a minute. I thought zombies have always been around.
Not where I'm from, friend. We have to make a decision. You're not going to be kept busy for much longer.
Well, it's worth a shot. And he's going to start walking off. West, maybe?
Do you know your east from your west, sir?
I don't think he does.
I think you're going the wrong way. You're definitely walking back towards camp.
Yeah, you're right. There's the vomit. All right, to the west then.
I'm gonna
What do we know about this traveling city?
I mean, nobody knows much. So if
I
anything,
think
we need
it's
to find... Sorry.
Sorry, I think it's a boat. What were you saying?
Could be a boat. Could be a land ship. We don't know the size of it, the scope of it. We need to find more people or more information.
Well, you know what they say. The only way through, the only way out is through. The only way through is forward. I don't know if anyone says that, but I just did, so.
It just sounds like a euphemism for eating.
Gross. Disgusting. I hate it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Joe,
Yes.
do we know where the closest settlement would have been, like for trade or anything like that, or were we pretty isolated?
You're pretty isolated. Everything in that colony was self-sufficient. They grew their own food. They were pretty much anything outside the walls of the colony was considered dangerous. And you knew this kind of leaving, but considering the current circumstance, you thought that your chances out here were better than the infested zombie horde of the colony. So you left. You do know that prior to the collapse, prior to the cataclysm, the apocalypse, you have a relative, the direction of, Waterdeep, Baldur's Gate, Neverwinter. Those places still existed, although they're not the typical fantasy settings. They did have skyscrapers and, they were more like your Chicagos and your New Yorks than they are fantasy, because we are in the year 2021 here. But you know that they were to the west as you were further inland.
Well, we can start heading to places like Neverwinter and Baldur's Gate. The problem is they might be overrun with zombies. We'll have to scout a little bit. I'm pretty handy at doing stuff like that, though. I know how to get in and out of places pretty easily. But if we start heading to those bigger cities, we need to watch out, because we don't know what would be lying there.
That makes a fair point. Do we have a map?
We do have a map.
We have a map.
Cool. Let's take a minute. Look at the map. I will keep an eye out for any zombies that might wander our direction.
Okay. While you're pulling up the map, I need you to roll a perception check. Not Shiloh.
Hayden.
Hayden.
Yeah, you're fine.
This is gonna get confusing.
It will get confusing, but at least I'm a southern accenter, apparently.
Southern accenter. Not a southerner.
No.
Oh.
perception, Joe, you said?
Yes, perception,
Okay.
please.
An 18.
Okay. So you are checking the map, and about 2-3 minutes into kind of coordinating and getting a bearing of where you're currently at, which is maybe half a day's journey north of the river that cuts through to Baldur's Gate, I believe. Is that the southernmost? So, yeah, Baldur's
Yes.
Gate. I'm doing that from memory, sorry.
That was impressive from memory.
Yeah, not bad.
Dang.
There
So,
is a-
Forest of Worms.
yes, that is where
Forest
you
of
had
Worms.
set up your colony, or arrived to. The colony was in the Forest of Worms.
Every single time I hear it, I don't think worms like the giant draconic creatures. I think little earthworms, and I get so happy.
Depends on the season.
So, you roll an 18, and as you get your bearings and kind of figure out, you're probably about half day's journey north of the river that leads to Baldur's Gate in the Forest of Worms. Not Shiloh, Hayden. I'm just kidding. Sorry, it's going to take me a minute.
You're fine.
You notice some movement in the ground, coming out of the bushes that the vomit is kind of around, and it seems to be in a worm-like fashion, but as your eyes kind of focus in on it, you see that it's much longer than a worm, and it seems to be kind of like curling in and out of the ground, and as its head pops up, it looks like a snake, probably about the size of like a boa constrictor, like an adult boa constrictor. It's not giant snake, but it's a large snake.
Do these kind of things bother people usually, or are they just kind of there in their natural habitat kind of thing?
Roll a nature check.
Okay.
The DC on this is pretty low.
Okay.
Can I roll a nature check being a ranger?
Yes, you can.
21.
19.
Okay. Between the two of you, you definitely know it is not... It doesn't have a hostile posture. It doesn't look like it's preparing to attack. It looks inquisitive and curious. If a snake could have a curious face, it looks curious. But it looks like it's investigating the vomit. It's kind of flicking its tongue towards it. You can't see the tail end of it, though. All you see is the kind of head and first part of the snake that's kind of popped out of the ground and is looking around and flicking its tongue at the vomit.
Are these known to be edible?
Being in the apocalypse, it's kind of a hit or miss depending on its radiation levels. It could be safe to eat. It could be irradiated. You're not quite sure. Because if you remember, which the viewers don't know because we haven't explained it, the zombie apocalypse happened, and the Lord's Alliance, in reaction to the zombie apocalypse, launched a nuclear strike, and there are pockets of radiation everywhere. So think Fallout 76 or Fallout with D&D, with modern day, and yeah, we're just throwing it all in there. Why not?
Big ol' hodgepodge. We love it.
Can I kind of step around to see if we can see the end of it?
You could, yes, position yourself on the other side of the bush, and as you do, you see that the back end of the snake comes up out of the ground underneath, like it kind of goes under the bush and then comes up behind it, and it seems to be attached to what looks like a very large claw. Like, it looks like this hand, and it's a part of the finger to this hand. And when
Let's
I'm saying
not-
large,
Wow, just not eat that, please.
Yeah,
Please.
let's not shoot that. That could be a lure.
That is disgusting. Ugh.
I'm
Let's
just...
let's go this way.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye on it just to make sure, like, the thing that it's attached to doesn't, like, come barreling at us.
Okay, so your eyes are on the snick.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you?
I would like,
walking backwards.
Yeah.
Okay.
if I may, I would like to use a class feature that I have, which is my magical tinkering. And I'm going to pull, rustle around in my shirt for a bit and then pull out. It looks like a tiny origami butterfly, and just kind of hold it out at the creature for a few seconds, and I'm going to use it to record a static visual effect, just so I can get like a picture of this weird snaky thing.
Okay.
And then I'm going to tuck my origami butterfly back in my pocket.
Yeah, you see this almost holographic laser, like blue laser light, kind of like go and scan over it, and then it kind of retreats into the origami device.
I don't know if that'll be helpful later, but it's always interesting to see a new and disgusting creature.
Yeah, if you make it into a book, I would definitely read it. All the other bestiaries are very boring. This is, yeah.
I wouldn't get so close to it. If you want to keep your pretty legs.
Thank you. You think that they're pretty? I worked really hard.
Yeah, you grew them yourself and everything.
Okay.
Shall we?
Yeah,
We
this
shall.
kind of awkward. I will follow your lead, sir.
All
You
right.
seem much more adept at navigating than me.
All right, on the map.
On the map.
So you're heading south towards the river, or west along perpendicular to the river?
I mean, we're gonna try to get as straight to the river as possible.
Okay, so you want to head south towards the river.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. I need you to roll me, whoever's leading, I assume that, yep, Kikar, go ahead and roll a survival check.
Ooh,
You're good at those.
yeah. 21
I'm out of coffee already. Look at that.
Oh, no.
They're so
Minion!
long!
minions.
They're in bed.
Children.
Oh, no.
Not the minions.
It's a crisis.
I know. Okay. What did you roll? I'm sorry, I got distracted by my empty cup.
21.
21. Perfect. You're able to navigate very well along, almost like you find a game trail, and you're able to kind of wander down, traveling unimpeded. Impeded. There we go. Yes, thank you. Unimpeded for the majority of your journey. You do, as you're kind of scouting ahead and leading the group, stumble across a movement in the canopy about 80 feet in front of you. You see this dark, shadowy movement that kind of looks like quick fluttering.
Like a big bird.
It's not yellow, but yes.
All right. We'll have whoever wants to take cover, and me and the rogue will flank this target and identify it.
I'm gonna...
Okay, so Mobius is hiding.
I'm bibbity-bobbity back.
Did I
and
say it
back up.
right? Mobius?
Mobius.
Mobius. Sorry.
Very fun.
Correct me if I say it wrong until I get it. I'll get it right. Mobius.
I will hang back as well. I'd like to prepare a spell attack.
Okay, so you're readying a spell. Are you hiding or are you readying an action, Mobius?
I guess I will hold back and ready Firebolt.
Okay, so you two are readying actions. The other two are attempting to flank this figure, so go ahead and roll your stealth.
Stealth. 22.
Sorry, didn't hear that.
25.
Okay. I don't know. Yeah, so Mobius and Ramirez?
You just say Rem. Rem
Okay.
is fine.
Mobius and Rem, you see them kind of disappear into the foliage, like you don't even see them at this point, and you're just readying your action. As you're watching kind of this disappearance and this figure in the canopy, you see it kind of hop and adjust, and it kind of looks in the direction of where you saw Hayden kind of disappear. Hayden, as you're keeping an eye and you're kind of moving it, it does kind of hop and adjust, like it bounces in the canopy towards you, and you get the sense that it is looking in your direction.
But I can't make out what it is.
It's high up in the trees, and you can see feet, but you can't really see because of the leaf coverage and the branches. You can't really see the rest of this creature, but it definitely has some bright orange claw-like bird feet that are wrapped around a branch.
Okay.
They look to be pretty big, like these things are like forearm sized.
I'm going to crouch down into like a bush, and because it's seeing me, I'm gonna go ahead and ready like my bow just in case it decides to come after me.
Okay.
But I am gonna like try and hide in one of the bushes.
Okay, go ahead and roll
Yeah.
a stealth check. Well, what did you roll earlier? A 19?
I rolled a 25.
25? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Which
give
makes me go, this bitch has a great perception,
Yeah.
or it knew what it was looking for.
Max.
Kikar.
Yes.
As you're going on the other side of this thing and you're able to kind of look up, you get the forearm talons that are wrapped around the branch, and you also see this tail that is attached to a bird body, but it's not a bird's tail. This tail looks like a scorpion's tail, but it's not up and around. It's just kind of dangling down underneath the body.
I'm going to prepare a longbow shot.
Okay. At this point, you see the talons loosen up on the branch, and you all hear the tree rustle, and the the talons let go of the branch, and you've all readied actions, so you're all going to get to do those before we do initiative. As this unusual creature leaves the tree branch and starts diving towards DB's character.
This bitch.
Can I yell? Can I yell at our comrades?
You can definitely... Shouting is a free action.
Big bird, scorpion tail.
What?
So, we're going to start roll initiative. Everybody will get a turn to go with their ready to action, and then we'll do the initiative.
Ooh.
Alright. So, Keeks, what'd you roll?
17.
Alright. DB, what'd you roll?
Who?
DB, sorry.
Oh, also a 17.
Oh, who's got the higher dex?
I got a +4.
I have a +5.
Okay.
Shit!
Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky.
Kaz, what'd you roll?
19.
Alright. And Ray.
20.
Damn, y'all go before this thing anyway, so y'all get 2 turns before this thing even reaches you. So we're gonna go, we got Ray, Kaz, DB, Ray, Kaz, Keeks, and DB.
Okay.
What was your ready to action?
My ready action was Firebolt, and
Okay.
so how this looks, Mobius reaches into his vest again, and he pulls out a handful of what look like little, those little like spark paper things that you throw at the sidewalk and then they explode.
Snap pops?
Yeah, snap pops. It's like a handful of those. So he throws those and they burst into flame as they go towards this big bird. And that is going to be a 22 to hit.
Oh yeah, 22 hits.
Woo! And did I manage to grab a single? Yes, I did. It's going to be 10 points of damage. I am on
Nice.
fire.
Bird is on
Literally.
It's
fire.
on
Literal
fire.
fire damage.
Yeah, so you chuck them and they fly up towards him, pop, 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 all over it. It's also disorienting the thing. Kaz.
We are on fire today, so I'm gonna hit it with a firebolt as well.
All right.
It's a flaccid 20 to hit.
Ooh. Why did you say that?
Because of Barovia. And I hate that you brought this over here. How
I had to deal with it, and now we all
dare
do.
you? No, we don't. Stop your face.
At least we
Kaz?
don't combine the two, okay? Please don't
Hey,
call it dirty and...
A
Be
dirty,
sticky.
flaccid 20.
Says,
A dirty,
What?
nasty, flaccid 20.
is there
Sticky
like lights outside your house, or are those two eyeballs looking in?
You'll never know.
I'm scared for you.
It's just watching for now, DB.
Don't worry
My
about it.
pet.
As long as you don't hear, like,
Sorry.
You're what?
It's my pet.
raccoon.
It's ninth
Right.
cat.
It's like this tall.
Ninth cat, ninth cat, ninth cat.
She is
Okay.
creeper like that, but no, it's streetlights.
Thank you. 'Cause I'm just like, we see my friend die on stream. Great.
It's fine. Monsters are real. It's humans. It was a 7, so he's gonna reel back and do some like firebending shit and just
Okay, you said 7 to hit or 7 damage?
7 damage. It was
Okay,
a
yeah.
flaccid 20. Gotta remind you.
I had tuned that
An arcing
out, but
shot.
now it's back again.
As
Okay.
To you, DB.
Actually, Kikar.
Okay. So how far away is it between, like, me to the bird to them? How far did we get?
So you're about 30 feet away from it at this point, but it's going to be about... By the time it reaches Hayden, it'll probably be another 30 feet away, because there's about 60 feet between the two of you. It was in the center, so it's just left the branch.
It's going down quick. All right, yeah, I'll take a bow shot at it.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, that was a bad shot. That was 10.
Not quite enough, no.
Can I still move?
That was your readied action.
Yeah.
So you'll still have another action before it moves, but that was your readied action. DB, what was your readied action?
gonna shoot this thing with my short bow.
Do it.
As it comes for me like a bitch. That's 14 to hit,
14's not going to do it.
but I missed.
So the two arrows fly wide,
It's coming at me and I missed. It's panic. Listen.
but that does give us. We're going to go right back up to Ray and Mobius, as this actually starts the initiative order.
Okay. Rather than throwing another handful of flashbangs, I am going to reach and load up my light crossbow and or attempt to.
Okay.
That's going to be a 16 to.
You said 16?
A 16, yes.
That's going to.
Yes! I I successfully have Did I? Oh, I did. Okay. So that is 8 points of popping damage.
You said 18?
8.
Oh, eight.
8. It'd be wild if I rolled an 18 on a d8.
Ballista.
Alright.
Just wheel this thing out here.
And we're all level 1, so there's no bonus actions, right? And,
Right.
okay. Some spells, I think, that you can get at level 1 are bonus actions, so I just want to make sure I'm not skipping over anything. That brings us to Kaz and Rem.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw more fire. That's probably my best bet since he's moving a lot. Ooh, 25 to hit.
That's gonna hit.
For 2 damage.
At least somebody's hitting this beast.
Okay. That's a lot of damage.
Oh, that's a lot of damage.
Keeks, what are you doing?
Is it still flying, or is it like about to hit the ground? I mean,
It hasn't. It's. You all had those actions readied, so it was like instinct, and now it's just kind of like it's about to fly down, so it's still hovering over the branch that it was perched on.
I guess I'll just take another shot at it then.
Okay.
That is 23.
Oh yeah, that's gonna hit hard.
I got a 1d8 plus 5.
I forgot to turn on
10?
the battle music.
10 damage.
10 damage. I had battle music picked out and everything, and I forgot to switch it over. But
Can I move towards it?
you have movement, yes. It is currently up above you, though, so you can move towards the 30 feet and then be, like, underneath where it's at.
That's fine.
Okay, or you can attempt to climb a tree and be up, but it looks like it's going to be coming down off the trees.
Yeah, I want to intercept it when it's towards the ground.
Gotcha. Okay, so you're going to move 30 feet towards and kind of, like, right underneath it.
Yep.
Gotcha. All right. And that brings us to DB.
I'm gonna shoot it with my short bow, or try to anyway.
All right. Gonna
Um,
prep it.
Yeah. Natural 20. 26.
Oh, nice.
Push-ups for cat.
So the way I do natural 20s on attacks, in case you're new here or haven't played with us before, when you natural 20 an attack, you get max damage plus your roll.
Okay. 14 points of damage.
14. All right. Okay. So, what an encounter.
Oh, is it dead?
As it jumps up off the tree, you all hit it with fireballs and arrows and brap, and it's just and this thing just kind of like, because it had a little bit of momentum, flies forward a little bit, but then just and hits the ground, and this pile of dust just erupts from underneath it. And as the dust kind of settles, Kikar, you're right behind this thing.
Yep.
I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Ooh, dex save.
Yep, DC 15.
Oh, that's a 9.
Ouch. Okay. You are going to take 4 points of piercing damage. As it falls down, poof, the dust goes up and the tail kind of reacts, and you just get hit with it real quick.
No.
I also would like you, at that point, to make a Constitution saving throw. The DC on this is a little lower. It is a 12.
That's a 6.
Oh. Okay.
You're gonna die at level 1, dude?
You take 1
Perception.
poison damage, and you have the condition of poisoned, which is technically not a poison; it's a toxin. But you know,
Yeah.
they don't have toxin conditions in D&D 5e.
It's not good.
But the thing has stopped moving, and you can see the full breadth of this thing now, as the battle music was irrelevant and useless. Go back to that.
Very good at our job.
Yeah. You can see that this thing had the body of a raven, had the like the facial features of a falcon. Sorry, I don't know why I spaced. Facial features of a falcon, like the beak features, the hook at the bottom, and then it's got this weird split tail, and the feathers kind of come up off of the top of this scorpion-like tail that wraps around. And the wings on this thing are kind of contorted and backwards, so when it unravels its wings, it kind of comes forward in like a hugging motion. Yeah. And it kind of like flaps like a hummingbird flaps. I don't know if you've ever seen how hummingbirds flap their wings forward.
Mm-hmm.
rather than birds that kind of flap them backwards. The hummingbirds kind of like hover that way.
So, does anybody have anything to, antidote type stuff? This is getting hot.
I mean, all of our stuff was back at camp, and it kind of got overrun before I could grab anything. Are you gonna die?
Nah, I'll find some.
Good.
We'll look for some medicinal herbs, some catnip or something out here.
If you do, can I have your shit?
Absolutely. Split it amongst yourselves.
I have a distressing idea that you're not going to like. I do have a spell called Purify Food and Water that will neutralize poison.
Does that mean I have to be food?
There's the question. I'm kidding you. Don't look so scared. It was a joke. Please laugh. And I trot up to this thing and sort of nudge it with my hoof.
Yeah, you nudge it, and it seems to have some heft to it, some weight to it. This thing probably shouldn't be able to fly.
Do any of you know what this is?
Have I seen something like this before, Joe?
The nature check?
You can go ahead and roll a nature check. You would be familiar with mutations that are pretty common.
I got a natural 20
Hey!
with a -1. But a natural 20.
A natural 20 is a natural 20. So, Rem, you know that this is definitely the result of mutations. It's probably an animal that spent a lot of time in an irradiated zone and has mutated. It probably got stung by a scorpion or something and grew big from the radiation or something. Definitely not a natural creature.
Yeah, this definitely isn't normal. We definitely shouldn't eat it. If any of you were thinking about that. No?
Well, I have... Actually, Joe, what I know... Does Purify Food and Water take away radiation damage?
As it takes away the poisoned condition, right?
It doesn't take away the poisoned condition. It, all non-magical food and drink within a 5-foot radius sphere centered on a point of your choice within range is purified and rendered free of poison and disease. Could I argue that nuclear radiation is a disease?
If it's not, it would be... I think it would be considered a poison, because D&D doesn't have mechanics for radiation, so we're going to lump it in with a type of poison, because it poisons your body if you take that in, right?
Right.
That's basically the effect that radiation has on the human body, or sheep body, or what have you. So we're going to go ahead and render that works on radiation as well. We're going to classify radiation as poison.
If you meat eaters are interested in butchering it, I can make that safe for you.
Yeah, let's give it a shot.
Alright. I'll be over there while you cut it up.
Thank you.
I would like to cast Purify Food and Drinks on the big dead bird boy.
Okay.
And then I will excuse myself so I don't see the carnage.
I guess I'll separate the wings out, take the feet off, try to pelt it if I can, give her the tail. We're not eating that.
No, but I was gonna see if I could extract some of like the poison from
Oh, you
this
can
thing,
have it.
maybe? Yeah.
Fuck it.
I'm gonna try and take some of the poison from this tail.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to make you roll for this, because as you're cutting the tail and you're really excited to get the poison, you realize that it's been purified and there's no poison in there.
Oh, no.
Just glandular juices.
A very quiet yes. From this.
Points for trying.
Hey, now we can tell if it's spicy.
Ooh, is poison spicy?
I'm not eating this tail. I would rather not. If you want to eat this tail, I'll let you do it, sir.
Yeah, we got plenty of bird here.
That's what I was thinking.
Do I need to roll to part out the bird, Joe?
No, it's an inanimate object at this point, and you're easy to just put your dagger and slice the meat off and prepare it.
You're
Cool, we got
ranger.
rations.
You got shit going on.
Yeah.
Works for me.
So yeah, you you spend some time divvying out the meat on this and cutting it up, and you've got quite a bit of meat. You could probably divvy up the size of this thing. You could probably slice this thing into probably a good 100 pounds of fresh meat.
Nice.
And that's without being careful, you know, that's just like hacking and cutting up pieces of chunks of meat.
Nice. Can I take a side bag or something, or maybe a skin bag or something with some guts? We may need some bait or something to keep some other zombies or predators off of us.
Yeah. Yeah, there's plenty of parts on this creature that you could definitely like make a bag out of. You skin, and then you could even leave some of the feathering on there, and it'd be a nice feathered bag.
Nice.
Oh no!
How's it look?
Looks real great. But I think you're grossing out our little friend over there.
Our little buddy.
Our little buddy, you know?
I'm fine.
Do you not get out of the colony very much? Just a question.
Me?
Yeah.
What is there to get out to, exactly?
I mean, there's all sorts of parts out there. Make your little gadgets.
I'm a little bit new here. I kind of showed up right when everything went to hell.
I mean,
Why is this relevant?
I was just wondering. I'm just trying to make sure that we keep you safe.
I can manage myself. Just because I don't care for the carnage of living things doesn't mean I can't look after myself.
Pardon me.
We'll keep an eye out. We'll keep an eye after each other.
All right. Well, we've made quite a ruckus. We should probably see if anything's caught, or if we've caught anything else's attention, and move out carefully.
DB, have you been saying things?
I think she was earlier.
Said yes a lot.
Okay.
Oh, okay. We couldn't hear you.
What the fuck? I swear to God. New mic. Get a new mic. Get this expensive mic. It'll work well.
It's working pretty good.
Right now, but like...
When we can hear you, you sound fantastic.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So good.
Hopefully Molly didn't chew up your cables.
It's not. I've checked all of them. I think it might be this computer. I think it's trying to give up on me.
Happens.
All right.
Well, when you get a new
go.
computer, it has to have a sticker of Rick Astley on it.
I can
Never
do
gonna
that.
let you down.
Don't you dare, Keycard!
I'll get it lasered onto the case.
No!
Please.
You're
that'd
gonna
be
get rickrolled
great.
every time you do anything with your laptop.
We could get one of
Not
those
gonna
little
be a
like
laptop.
those greeting card recorder things. I can just hide it in the case.
No! No! Please don't!
It's one of the ones that never turns off.
Yep.
And
But
if you
it's
try to
powered by
break
the
it, there's
computer.
glitter inside.
But that'll ruin all of the projects I'm doing.
I'll put it under the motherboard. You'll never see it.
She'll hear it.
Fuck!
So you now have a feather tote, 100 pounds of meat.
Can I get a big feather?
Yeah, the body feathers are probably a good 1.5 feet long.
Yeah, I want one like the biggest feathers I can find. Either it's head crest or base feather, or whatever.
Okay.
Wing feather.
Yeah, you find a nice, good, solid feather, about the size of a peacock feather. You know those big long ones.
Hell yeah.
Mhm.
I don't fucking wear a fucking feather.
Yeah. So you continue on with your day, and the sun begins to set, and you feel a temperature drop as the sun sets. You're used to kind of inside the colony. You had they weren't like buildings, but they were shelters. And you had, comfortable beds with mattresses, and you were living a little bit more comfortably. Out here, you're exposed to the elements, so you can feel that chill kind of settle in. You can hear the wildlife kind of the nocturnal life kind of come alive, and you can see in the distance the glow of eyes as they're wandering around, not sure whether predator or prey. And you get a sense of unease. This is the first time you've been outside of the relative safety of the walls, and there could be zombies, there could be creatures like you've seen earlier, just outside your view. And everything begins to kind of settle in that this is all new.
I plan on sleeping up in a tree. Does anybody else need
Yes.
help with lodgings on that?
Sounds like a...
Didn't hear you, BB.
I also plan on sleeping in a tree. I don't know how much closer to this mic I have to get.
Kiss it.
No.
Apparently kiss the tip.
How dare you?
How dare you?
Why are
The
you
audacity.
saying these words
This is
tonight,
why we have the rating that we do.
Oh my god!
I am allowed.
With
Just
that,
because you can doesn't mean you should.
Do you think about the words that come out of your mouth?
Sometimes you say things, and that was one of them.
Literally.
all I'm gonna say is at least. Never mind. We're gonna take a
No,
quick break.
Joe,
Nope,
keep
no,
going,
say it,
man.
say it.
Say it.
Commit to it, coward.
Commit.
At least you
Join
can
me.
ask if there were any holes that need filled. On that, we're gonna take a quick break.
Oh no.
We'll be right back after this Be Right Back screen because I don't have a commercial set up yet. Prepare yourself for the hand. Okay, we're good. We're live. Welcome back.
Yay, we're back.
Huzzah.
Okay, so everybody's got new coffee. Everybody's had a breath. Pardon me.
Sort of.
Kind of. All right. So you've stuffed the meat into the bag and have your new feather purse of meat, and you're traveling down, and the sun set, and you are now in the dark, in the wild, probably about 40 miles away from your colony, and probably another 5 or 6 hours away from reaching the river. What would you like to do at this point? It is dark. Does anybody have dark vision?
I don't think
I do. I don't think I do either.
Right?
I think you do. You're a
I
tiefling.
do, yeah.
Okay.
I don't think I actually do, which is the first character ever that I've played that doesn't have dark vision.
I do not, but I'm going to pull out another one of my little origami animals. He calls them curios. You guys have heard him say that before. This one is just a little box, and it emits a 5-foot radius of light.
Okay.
Does it float?
It does not float.
Little 5-foot radius of light emits. And is it keg? Cog? Keg?
Cag.
Keg. Keg and
Yeah.
Red.
Jaguar.
Kagwa. Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Ah, jaguar.
Eureka!
Kagwar and Rem. In the outlying forest around you, you see there's a gathering. You almost seem to be surrounded by this glow of lights. You can tell they're creatures' eyes. They look rather small, but there's hundreds of them all gathered around as they're kind of like popping up, and they kind of, you can see them blink, and it's almost like this like inconsistent strobe light of eye shine in the distance.
And they're focused on us.
Yeah.
How
I
far?
hate that.
How far are they?
They're about 100 feet from the orb of light.
Is there anywhere that looks better to camp than this spot?
I mean, not
Big
really
rock
that you
cover.
can see right now. You're kind of in this forest area. In fact, there's not even really a clearing area. There's like thicket and branches and bushes. It's just thick, wild forest in this area.
Do you guys want to try to stay here and sleep in shifts? Do we want to move some more and travel at night? Who knows what's lurking out here?
I think with two of us not being able to see very well in the dark, that we shouldn't travel
There you
at
go.
night. I completely forgot that I had a character voice there for a minute.
It goes away in the moonlight.
At nighttime, I become a different person. But I think it's better if we rest at night and take shifts.
I
Do
agree.
we want to make a fire, or do we want to sleep incognito?
I think it might be better to sleep incognito. I can set up some traps a little farther away if I can borrow your glowy light thing.
Of course.
And at least it will sound off if anything ever runs across it like a zombie.
We had another artificer at the camp that had this little jingly thing they used to set up every now and then. Like an alarm.
Yes, it's a spell called Alarm.
Hey, that's the one.
I don't know it.
Well,
We'll figure it out as we go.
that's fine. I can
Maybe
Sticks.
one day.
I can set up a little bit of trap, just to keep us in the wear, just in case. A little farther out.
Are we keeping the light on us?
We don't have to.
We don't have to. No.
Can we set it like off to the side where we can keep an eye on it? Maybe we can leave some of this bait out there and see what's surrounding us.
You want to attract whatever is surrounding us to come closer.
Just
It's
to where we
what
can
happened
see it.
incognito.
No.
Just to
Everything's already looking at us.
I'm not sure this is an instant for morbid curiosity. Frankly, I cannot climb the tree, so I will be spending the night down here with whatever is out there in the darkness. I cannot see. Personally, I don't think that's a good idea.
No problem. Would you like help up the tree so you're not down here?
He looks down at his hoofed feet with these metal bracers on them. If there's a way up. All right.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get you a perch.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Them pointy little feet in that tree trunk. We'll go right out.
Okay.
What, do I have to roll something to attempt to climb this tree?
Got ropes. I got
Well-
cat claws.
We'll just pull you up.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure the three of us could probably get you up here.
Oh, I'll supervise.
The two of us will probably get you up here.
I believe in you. It's fine.
And how are you, Your Highness, getting up this tree? In those fancy heels of yours. How are your feet doing?
He climbs up the tree.
He walks up the
Like, as a
tree
spider
using the
monkey.
stilettos as like it's like yak tracks going up the tree.
So these trees are, they're rather thick, they're round, and they're like oak trees where they've got a real thick base. They go straight up, and then there's like a lot of thick branches that you could perch on. But the bark around the edges is very hooked, like it comes out, and provides a very good climbing, like they're very solid bark curved outside of the tree. So like the bark kind of curves, and then another one curves, and they're random, so you have a lot of good footholds to kind of climb up this tree. I need you to roll in athletics. The DC is pretty low because, like I said, they have really good things, but it is a DC 10.
Can I parkour up this tree?
Roll in acrobatics.
Yeah.
Even with my -2 athletics, I got a 12.
Yeah. So you're 1 foot, hand over hand, just boop, 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 climb up that. Use
Yeah,
the
16.
What is the front part of your feet? The pads right behind the toes? What is that
Toe
called?
beans?
Toe beans. Yes.
Wait, no. Who are we? We're talking. Which character are we talking about?
The ball of your foot.
So you use the ball of your feet, leaving the heel part of the thing to kind of protrude off the
The
hooks.
Toby.
I thought we were talking about Keg.
But we can universally call them toe beads. I mean, it's
My thing made
adorable.
sense in my head. It's a weird place in there, but that made sense.
I'll allow it.
I got a 2.
Oh.
A 2.
Are you attempting to climb? I thought you were waiting for them to like. Pull you up.
Yes, I will wait then.
Okay.
I tentatively put one hoof on and then slides, and I'm like, no, I'll wait.
I got a 23.
So, as Rem is climbing and getting to this rather large branch that kind of protrudes out, and there's a lot of space on this branch, you kind of pull over. You look down and you see Hayden, like crouch down and then jump up and flip up to that thing and just land on the tree branch across from you.
Hey.
I wink at him. Just
Kikar, how are you getting up this tree?
I'm basically going to do a standing jump and be most of the way up the trunk.
Nice. Go ahead and roll your athletics if you haven't already.
16.
Nice. Yeah, you pounce, and then you're halfway up there, claw in, and then just
Yep.
right up into the nice spot.
Tail fucking thwacking.
I will start to lower rope down
Okay.
so that Keg and I can help our little buddy up into the tree.
Now I'm just standing alone at the base of this tree in complete darkness while there's like eyes glittering like,
You have a cube!
Yeah, you got a
This
cube
is
of
cool.
5-foot light.
oh yeah, I have a cube. There's zombies out there.
The meat
Don't
beacon.
worry. I
And they're
have
all
a cube.
watching you with the light.
I
It's
have
great.
a cube though, don't worry about it.
I have to do this, but I always feel like somebody's watching me.
It's funny you say that, because
Oh no.
as Mobius is down there by themselves with the light, those with dark vision, Rem and Kagwar. Sorry, I'm gonna call you
Keg.
Keg. Keg and Rem. You look down and you see the circle of eyes is beginning to close in, and they're about 40 feet. In a 40-foot diameter outside of the light there.
I'm chucking the bait bag as far as I can.
Good idea. Roll a strength.
You critically fail this and it lands on my head, I'm never forgiving you.
Oh no! Why did you say that? Because I think you rolled a nat 1.
No, it's a 15.
Okay.
Oh, thank God.
However,
Oh.
if you, the viewer, would like to see that happen, you can give Kikar disadvantage. Just
no.
saying. Unfortunately, he has already rolled,
For
so...
the kids.
Yeah.
I'll roll again. Give us some monies.
Hell yeah. While he's doing that, I've lowered the rope down,
Okay.
and I'm going to make it so it's wrapping around like part of this like branch, so I have a little bit of lever to actually like help pull this person up.
Yeah, some good leverage. Good
Yeah.
thinking.
I'm not a strong girl,
So you're not
but
just
I'm a smart girl.
Pulling your...
Yeah.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. Well, Bias, the rope coils down around you, and there's probably a good 3-4 foot of extra rope down there on the ground coiled up, so you can easily tie it around yourself.
I'm going to tie just a loop and then sit into the loop.
Okay.
And then
Is this going to be a strength check?
It is going to be a
You're-
strength check.
You're not helping?
Are we doing this together?
Yes.
Okay, good, because I am not a strong girl.
Mobius is not a big boy.
Um,
He's just little.
Another 15.
19.
Little
Yeah.
buddy.
Between the two of you and the leverage that you have, you're able to, and it's a nice smooth ride up there, Mobius. You just riding up the tree.
Look down, see the circle of eyes get smaller and smaller.
Did you leave the cube?
No, I took the cube with me. I can
Okay.
extinguish the cube when I get up there.
Rem and Keg, you see the eyes closing in around the trunk of the tree and then looking up, as if following the light.
Extinguish the light.
Can I see him? Can I see what this is?
You have 60 feet?
60.
Feet of dark vision, then yes, you would be able to see that this ring of light of eyes are some kind of like possum-like creature that has these spiky hedgehog-like spines on its back and a platypus-like tail, like a beaver tail.
Oh, they're cute.
They're kind of cute.
And
I'm gonna need Star to draw every single one of these horrifying creatures.
Yeah,
as it
so-
opens its mouth very gently, you see these massive fangs sticking out.
You know,
Precious.
this is the first time that I'm so glad I do not have dark vision.
What you can't see can't hurt you, right?
Are they
Yeah.
tearing at the bait that I threw? Did they go get it?
You see like 4 or 5 of them kind of like chase after it. The rest of them are all still kind of looking up and baring their teeth down. And as soon as the light extinguishes and your eyes kind of adjust to that, you see them kind of almost like they lose a trance, and then they all kind of like rush towards that bait trap, that bait sack.
That's got to sound like cats fighting. Yeah.
That is
That
going
was
to
a
attract.
very good sound effect. Yes, that's exactly what it sounds like.
You're welcome. I'm a very talented voice actor.
Add possum to your resume.
Possum to my resume. That's O possum to you. Please,
Oh.
Possum was my father.
It's actually mutated possum.
Possum,
You
beaver,
don't have to talk about my
platypus.
mother
It's,
that way.
yeah, it's an oh shit possum.
Oh shit, possum.
Oh shit, possum.
Do they still scream at their own ass?
No, they scream at each other's because they're in a circle.
Ship
Alright.
it.
I'm going to extinguish my light.
Yeah, they
Now we're-
retreat and the 2 people that don't have dark vision, you can hear that sound of what sounds like cats fighting. Like,
That was also very good.
um,
I hate that.
and then in the distance, about 100 yards probably away, you hear twigs, like not twigs, branches snapping. And it sounds like something large is coming towards that noise.
That is bad.
Defensive positions.
Yeah, stay quiet.
Ready my bow.
As you're perched up, the 2 that have dark vision, you can see one of the trees below kind of bends slightly. Yes.
I want to hand Seth some rope. It's like, if this is big, it might try to shake us out of the tree. Might want to tie yourself down.
Okay.
Oh, good thinking.
I'll do the same for Mobius.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, longbow ready.
Okay.
Crossbow
you
ready?
see one of the trees in the distance kind of bend, the top of the tree just kind of... And stepping forward, you see this massive, like 20-foot tall, what looks like a stone giant, kind of pushing the tree aside. And as the tree kind of cracks from the tension of being pushed aside, you hear that snap, that loud echo crack as the tree just kind of bends. The oh shit possums scatter into the darkness. And the two people without dark vision, you can hear the noise that's echoing. And you can see in the distance, because you can kind of make out the outline of the trees, you can kind of see that tree bending, and then you hear the crack, so you can see that. And then you see the outline of this stone giant. And it sets a foot down about 20 feet away from that meat bag, and then another foot next to it, and you see it kind of bend down and slowly pick up the meat bag, and you see it sniff it. And then it opens its maw, and this face is massive, and it swallows that meat bag. And you see it slowly move its head back and forth like it's looking around, and it turns to the east and disappears again into the trees.
We are all holding our breath.
Yep. Hold my tail.
Your tail's all puffed up.
Yeah, just hanging on to it.
Smacking you in the face.
As soon as I can't hear its footsteps anymore, I want to very, very quietly say, "Is it gone?"
Hear it. I don't see it. The force is quiet.
Seems moved off.
What was that?
Giant
really
or
big?
something. Thought it was a troll at first. Thought we were really screwed, but
Ooh, yeah.
I cannot explain to you the terror of being 40 feet up off the ground in the dark and hearing something at eye level moving through the woods towards us.
yeah, you get used to it.
Yes,
Oh,
it also
why?
moved away. So
Why would you possibly get used to that? What circumstances in your past life would possibly lead you to be used to that?
I used to live out here alone.
Yep. Same.
Well, pardon me.
City life was never big for me. Been out in the country. Been in the Underdark. That's a scary place.
City life also comes with its own dangers, especially when you get into those bigger cities.
I sit cross-legged for a story.
Oh no, honey, I'm not telling you that story.
Maybe
Maybe
next
later.
time?
Yeah, give me
Okay.
enough alcohol and maybe I'll tell you.
Oh, if we could have a drink right now.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Do I have booze in my inventory?
I'm
sure
not
I
getting
have-
drunk in a tree and then falling out of said tree where
That's
there
a good
are
time,
possums
though.
and
Sometimes you gotta take the edge off.
I'm thinking, like, do I have rubbing alcohol? That's a bad idea. Make it go blind.
But we should all try to get some rest, but I do think we need to take shifts.
Dark vision on the later shifts.
It might be better to do like dark vision, not to dark vision, and then not in the early morning, because then we'll have a little bit of light.
Yeah, roll with it.
Okay. So, which one of you beauties who can see in the dark would like to go first?
I catnapped today before all this
Oh.
happened, so
Oh,
I'm good to
okay,
take the
yeah.
later shift.
All right, I'll take the first shift. I don't
Cool
mind.
beans. I'm gonna snuggle into a nook of this tree.
I
Okay.
can go next.
I'll go last then.
Okay. So, Rem is going first?
Yep.
Please roll a perception check. Oh, the car in the background driving by. I saw those lights and I'm like, ah!
It's so scary!
Maybe I should keep my desk like this. It's very entertaining. Rem got a 14.
Okay. You're, you don't see anything in the distance. It's very quiet. You hear the wildlife kind of rustling through, but it's a quiet, after the incident with the stone giant, it's kind of nice to just not have anything happen. Yeah, you don't notice anything outside of nature.
Great. I'll wake Mobius up gently
Okay.
in a not startling manner.
Everything's startling when you're 40 feet in the air and you can't see, and
Tiny,
you got bad
I
leg
can't
humps.
see. Oh. Mobius,
Mm.
it's your turn. Are you gonna be okay?
Yes, I'm fine. Good night.
Good night. Enjoy.
Oh yes, this is the highlight of my evening.
You're funny. I will curl up and go to sleep.
Okay. So you go to sleep, and Mobius, I need you to roll your perception check. And you do not have dark vision, right?
I do not. It doesn't matter though because I rolled a nat 1.
Go back to sleep.
Back to sleep. No, I spend my shift pulling the burrs out of my woolly legs and eating them, and it's distracted me from watching anything.
Oh, that's rather unfortunate. Okay.
I didn't like that. Joe, I did like that. Joe, I did not like that.
Those burrs are pretty tasty.
That was good eating.
Licorice flavored burrs.
But
Burr flavored burr.
your watch goes pretty calmly as far as you can tell because you're distracted by the burrs.
Alright. When I think it's about time, I go and wake Kag. Good morning, sunshine.
Good morning, sunshine.
The
My turn.
big cat stretch.
Yeah, big cat stretch.
Keg, when you wake up, you immediately smell burning.
You cooking out here?
What? No.
Something's burning.
As
You
he
don't smell
points
that?
it out, Mobius, you do also notice the smell of burning.
Dark vision should help see fire in night.
Mobius, Keg, you see above the tree line, probably a good half a mile away to the south, there is a plume of smoke wafting into the air. It looks like it's a safe distance away. It's not going to, it doesn't pose an immediate threat. The ground below you is not going to catch fire and set you on. But about that far away, you see that plume of smoke rising into the air.
Wind direction?
It seems to be... It's in the south, and it seems to be blowing in a easterly fashion.
Okay, it's away from us.
Yeah.
Is that going to be a problem?
It doesn't look like it's going to be a problem, but I'm worried about all the forest critters running away from it towards us.
Are zombies afraid of fire? Or
No, but the semi-natural critters might be.
you make a good point. We should wake the others.
We should, but I don't know if we should be on the ground moving.
Well, if we're going to be dead in the water, or in a tree, as it were, we may as well be awake.
Guess I'll check my watch and see what time it is. I mean, if it's not or if it's only 2 o'clock or something like that, we might want to just observe and then move in the morning.
Yes, you have a solar-powered digital watch. And, it's...
Timex Iron Man.
Yeah. It's a Hello Kitty.
I'll take
Hell
it.
yeah. Hell yeah.
Put the penguin on the back.
Yep. It is about 2:15.
I mean, we can wake him if you want, but I mean, we're gonna stay here.
Well, in that case, there's no reason panicking them if we don't have to.
I mean, nobody likes waking up to the smell of fire, but I mean, we'll deal with it when we get there.
That's fair.
It's my watch if you want to try to settle in a little bit. At least rest.
Yeah, I'll sleep to the smell of burning trees. Woo! I settle into a crook in the tree and attempt to get some shut-eye.
Okay. Doesn't take you long. It's been a very long day for you. For everyone,
Mhm.
but, you fall asleep. Kikar, roll your perception.
Am I still poisoned?
It has started to wear off, so you took a long rest, right? Short rest, long rest?
Yeah.
Your
I catnapped.
third, yeah, okay. So yeah, it's worn off.
Cool. That's a natural 20 for a 25.
Perfect.
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 So you kind of keep an eye on this smoke, and after about an hour, the plume of smoke dissipates and kind of wafts away. So whatever was on fire is no longer on fire. You don't see any wildlife or anything stirring outside of normal. And it looks like whatever was going on to the south has settled.
Sweet. I guess I'll go a little bit longer just to... I'm already kind of attuned to what's going on. And I'll wake up
Hayden.
Hayden kind of a third longer than I normally would have went.
Okay.
Kind of explain what was going on.
Oh, okay. Sounds like it took care of itself though, so we're good for now.
Yeah, it could have been a car fire. Who knows? Batteries short out and they get old.
Yeah, that's true. I will keep an eye out for any trouble then.
Sweet. Mount.
Yeah, you should go back to sleep for a little bit. All right.
Okay. Roll your perception check, please.
I have disadvantage. What's going on there?
What?
Would I have disadvantage for not having dark vision?
Nope.
Okay, cool. You said perception. That is a 13.
Okay. So, your watch goes uneventful. The night seems quiet. The critters seem to kind of be adjusting. It's almost serene. It's almost nice to just be in this natural state where the forest seems balanced. It's quiet. You can hear the crickets and the wildlife, but it's not the hustle and bustle of city. It's not. There's no civilization. There's no signs of people around, and it's just nice and quiet for your watch. The sun begins to rise, and oops.
Doing that thing where get your paws over my face while my ears are sticking out.
Oh, loaf.
And as the sun rises, you can see that tree that you heard snap the other night has been, like, broken in half almost, and just is laying up against another tree. And there's a path to the east where trees have just kind of been pushed and broken, and you can see for, I'd say, a good mile and a half of just trees being pushed out of the way by this thing. And it's left a trail of devastation.
He's looking at the broken tree like, that could have been us, but, you know.
Yeah, it could have been, but we got lucky.
It took the bait bag and moved on its own direction.
Luck had nothing to do with it, our fast-thinking friend. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. It's kind of what you got to do out here is stay on your toes.
Yeah, ain't that the truth?
Speaking of staying on your toes, you ready to get down?
I suppose. Lower me down.
I take the same thing and I start lowering him down.
Get you a winch belt or something.
Then we can work on when we find a safe place.
It would be fairly easy to attach to my braces.
Yeah.
He shouts from below, but quietly. I eat more burrs while I'm waiting for them to get down. They're tasty.
Yeah, we're gonna help Rim down
Really?
if you're ready to go.
Oh, we are? Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. I'll help him down.
Thank
I'll help
you.
him down too.
I put a foot through the little like noose and hold on like really gracefully.
Like Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
We accidentally like him.
Accidentally.
No. It would be accidentally.
I will use my magic missile on you.
No, you will not.
Yeah, you're able to lower Rem down, and Rem and Mobius, you're down on the ground, and the two of you are up. And I need
All right,
everyone to roll a perception check, please.
Oh, good.
I just thought about that. Oh shit, off the table.
Ooh.
18.
All right.
10.
9.
Oh, jeez.
20.
Okay.
I can't be DB.
So Hayden and Keg, you hear, I'd say probably a good, you're guesstimating about 100 yards to the north. You hear the sounds of twigs and leaves crunching and moaning and growling.
Oh, we gotta get out of here now.
Yeah, we gotta go.
Yeah, I parkour down.
Roll your acrobatics.
Hell yeah.
What am I but? Call me a biscuit. Yeehaw.
Shut up.
Can I roll another perception to kind of get the scope of what's going on?
Go for it.
25.
25.
Hell yeah.
There you go. So as you parkour down, doing backflips and side flips down the tree, Keg, you focus in your cat eyes and you perk your cat ears towards that direction, and you hear what's definitely not mistakable, the sounds of a zombie horde. You can't estimate how many of them are there, but you know it's a large group. Probably the same group that infiltrated the colony.
Do we have any kind of understanding of how they move? Like, do they usually go downhill, like to lower elevations? Do they follow people? Do they follow that fire, like scent?
There's different types and groups, because unlike zombie movies where humans are zombies, we're playing in a D&D based world where there are Dragonborn, there are Kenku, there are Tabaxi, so there's a large variety of zombies, and they all behave and act differently. With the 25, I will give you that this seems to be a reptilian type of zombie. Like, you can hear, like, there's, like, tail reverberations. Like, you can hear the feet, and then, like, there's something behind them, like a tail or something. Whether it's kobold, dragonborn, you're not 100% sure, but there's some sort of reptilian sense to them.
Cool. I want to take a big slab of that meat we took, and I want to hang it in the tree about, I don't know, 12, 13 feet up. Just kind of wrap it around the tree.
Okay.
As he's doing this, I will inform our friends that the zombies are coming.
Okay.
Well, then we should be on our way.
Yeah, I think Keg is doing something that will distract them while we get away.
Another fine move from our fast-thinking feline.
I wasn't sure about the meat thing, but this was really
It's working out well, guys.
it is.
Okay. Notate on your thing that you have went from 100 pounds, because you threw the gut sack earlier, so that
Yeah.
you went from 100 pounds of meat to 98 pounds.
Can I tell you how much I hate the word gut sack? Can I tell you how much I hate the word gut sack?
Okay.
I hate it.
You threw the bag of...
Nah, we're gonna call it what
Flesh
it
pocket.
is.
It was a flesh pocket.
It's a gut sack.
I was going bait bag, but yeah.
Bait bag works better? No? Okay.
It's all bad, all the way down. But gut sack's the worst.
I want that on a shirt. Gut sack.
Gus.
It's
We'll get
dripping.
so
There's,
many
like,
questions,
an
and then that will
entrails.
lead into, like,
Yeah.
oh, have you heard of this podcast?
Have you
like
heard
this
of
last
Have you heard
stream?
of the Nerd Asylums? The hidden.
Yeah.
We had a gut sack in the first episode.
I'm not going to tell you what a gut sack is. You have to go listen and find out.
Yep.
How badly do you want? You want to know what a gut sack is? How badly do you want to know what a gut sack is?
Go watch this 2-hour episode.
You could clip it and then just send them to the clip. I don't know how to do
Or we could just have them watch the whole episode, Joe. What are you
Make them
doing?
work.
that. I mean,
Make them work.
They'll
for
like it.
Give us work, baby.
clips are fun.
They don't know what's good for them, okay?
So yeah, you finish hanging this this meat in the tree, about 12, 13 feet up in the air, and you wrap that up, and you begin to travel. Which direction? Where are you guys headed?
They're coming from the east?
They're coming from the north.
North. We're going west.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so you're changing course.
No, we were going towards the
Southwest. Yeah, southwest
Yeah.
towards the river.
Okay. So you're just
We
kind
need
of continuing on that same path. Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay. Roll a survival for me, please, whoever's leading.
river. That would be
Hear
our
that?
great
Cat
cat
boy.
friend.
Catboard.
That's a 16.
thing for wings.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to. You don't find a game trail this time, but you're able to keep in the direction and kind of wander through the undergrowth, and you do stumble across a what looks like a predator, some kind of predator tracks that kind of lead off in the eastern direction, and you figure, okay, well it looks fairly fresh, but like probably early morning, and it was going the other way, so we're good. We're downwind. And you keep going. You travel for probably about 2.5 hours before you stumble across a clearing. And there is a road in front of you. And I'm not talking D&D fantasy road, we're talking full asphalt pavement road. And there are cars lined up along the edge. You see probably at least 20 down to the west and 30, 40 down towards the east. And they all look like they've been there for a while. They're kind of dilapidated, broke down. But you do see a truck, like a big red pickup truck that has there's this logo on the side of the door. It's an octagonal shape that's been parted out into sections, so there's 8 sections in triangle form. And right below this logo, you see the letters Para, P-A-R-A, dot
no.
S-O-L.
Parasol Corps. Like Umbrella Corporation.
Yep, I knew that was coming.
Is it a box truck? Like, is it a pickup truck, or is it like a...
It looks like a red pickup truck, like a Chevy S10, like pickup truck. It also has the windows busted in. You can see the glass has been busted inwards, and it looks like it was on fire at some point. Like the leather has been burnt down. You would be able to deduce that this is probably what you saw last night.
I am gonna sneak up to it just to see if there's anything that we may be able to salvage from it.
Okay, you said sneak, so roll your stealth.
Of course.
Can I join in this? I would like to try to salvage some old tech too.
Yeah, I have a point of reference. Whenever I see vehicles, I look for company logos, because usually they have first aid kits,
Yeah,
road safety kits, towing stuff, jumper cables, whatever.
100%. I got a 23 for my stealth, Joe.
Okay, you are unseen.
Oh, I got a 21 for my stealth as I sneak up.
Yeah, you're unseen.
Is there any big trucks, box trucks, 18-wheelers?
Yeah, you see
Fire
about
truck.
about 200 yards to the east. There's a big, what looks like a U-Haul truck.
I want to kind of start heading that way, stealthily.
Okay, roll your stealth. And Rem, what are you doing?
I'm gonna keep my eyeballs out for anybody. I mean, if the truck was burning, like, I'm just keeping an eyeball out for any signs of life, unlife.
I rolled a 1, so that's an 8.
Okay.
No Twinkies for you.
So you start out by creeping, and then your tail like gets an involuntary flick. You know, the cat just like flick the tail,
You get the zoomies.
and you get the zoomies, and you take off.
Oh, did I set off a car alarm?
You don't set off any car alarms because
Oh, thank God.
as you're zooming down towards this, you notice that all these cars, the batteries are like dead. They're useless. There's no power to these things.
Cool, I want to jump on top of the truck.
Yeah, and that just the metal.
Yeah, it just reverberates. Boom.
So much for stealthy.
But the other two make it to the Chevy S10 pickup truck, and as you see, the windows have been busted inwards, and the bench has been burned down. Like there's nothing left of the bench except for the metal springs and everything. The dashboard's all burnt out, and you see the plastic kind of melted. But you do see the glove box has kind of like unhinged as the dashboard was melting, and you see
a gun.
you see a bright orange gun.
Flare gun.
As well as a small first aid kit.
Okay.
Oh, thank God. I will take the flare gun and hand it to to my friend.
Yes.
They're a little too loud for me. And I'll pick up
What
the
is that
first.
supposed to be?
I do a lot of sneaking. I do a lot of stealth killing. I'm. Okay.
Thank you.
Why are we having attitude?
I don't...
Some people you can't give guns to.
I will take the first aid kit and slip it into my bag.
Okay. Notate that you have a first aid kit, which is the equivalent of a healing potion.
Okay.
What is this flare gun the equivalent to?
What is the is it prestidigitation that you do the fireworks?
Yes.
We'll equate it to that at this point.
Nice.
I cast gun.
There are 3 rounds, 3 flares in this kit. So you have to load them manually, fire a flare. But it's essentially prestidigitation. You fire a flare.
Okay.
Can I see if we're being followed from my vantage?
Yes, you make it down to the wee hall.
Thanks, chat.
And as you're on top of the wee hall, you can kind of get a good view to the east in the direction you were heading. The road looks abandoned. You don't see anybody following you. And as you turn around and you look towards the west, you can see the road continues on in an easterly fashion, or westerly fashion, until you can't see the horizon anymore. And it looks like it's heading towards Baldur's Gate. This was probably some kind of shipping lane or like a interstate. Not interstate. State
Sure.
road, state road kind of thing.
Mhm.
2
An
lanes.
FM?
Yeah,
A farm to market?
yeah.
The idea of we're on the highway
Hey,
to Baldur's Gate. Can I do a very quick check of the other vehicles around to see if I can find any paper, any books, and any scrap spare metal?
Okay, go ahead and roll a salvage check.
I'm also gonna try.
Investigation.
Wisdom? Is that wisdom? Or int?
I'm also gonna try and find useful items.
Okay.
Any rations or food or anything that might help us along the way as well.
Investigation.
I'll check as well, yeah.
Okay.
I rolled a dirty 20.
Okay.
Investigate.
You're able to find 3 as you're checking the various vehicles. You find book bags and things like that in the cars, and you find 3 usable notebooks. They're the college-ruled, spiral notebooks. And you're able to find a calculus textbook.
This I can use. This I can rip up.
Toilet paper. I rolled a dirty 20 as well, but I'm looking for emergency vehicles.
Okay. So you're on top of that wee hall, and you look around. You, in the far distance, you think you see a bright yellow, like highlighter yellow, like truck. And from this distance, you assume that's probably some sort of emergency vehicle, whether it's fire, ambulance, you're not sure, but you can see.
Yeah. I'll set it as a mental waypoint.
I rolled a 21.
Okay. As you're
Damn it, DP.
salvaging back and forth, you find this little cube. And it has two like pitchfork things that kind of come out in front of it. They don't connect. They're just like L-shaped like pitchforks that come out in front of it, but they're horizontal rather than vertical. And it's got a clear, like black clear, like a television that's been turned off, but it's kind of the top and the front of this cube. Kind of like a car windshield would be if it continued on to the top. So it's kind of like they've got this black, clear, plastic-looking front. And the box itself is white.
Is there a way for me to open this?
It doesn't look like it, but as you're kind of turning it around, you see that there's 2 little tiny screws in the bottom of it. But you would need like a really, really tiny screwdriver to get it open.
Do I know what this is?
Roll a history check.
Because I Dragonbait do not.
It's a very unassuming item.
A 14?
You know that it was probably an insignificant item. It wasn't anything that's going to like open. It's not like a strong box or anything. This looks like some kind of child's toy.
An AR tablet.
It's more cube-like, but yeah, it's something electronic definitely, and it's definitely not powered up right now.
Okay, I will, I guess, put it in my bag for now so I can check it out later.
Woo! Thank you for that gift sub.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yay.
Okay, so notate that you have a electronic cube.
Okay.
The rest of everything in these cars is burnt or salvaged or damaged beyond repair. You're able to find a couple car doors that you could probably, if you took the time to do that, but they're big chunks of metal. There's not like any small pieces.
Looks like we've got everything we can for now. You guys ready to move on?
Yes. I have what I
Yeah.
need.
I rolled a 3, so everything was just too dirty for me to touch. But it looks like you guys picked it over pretty well.
You are a very interesting man.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's start heading. Keg, did you find anything?
No, I found something up ahead though. It looks like either a roadside assistance vehicle or an emergency vehicle. Kind of shiny and yellow.
Well, we can hit that on the way. Are we gonna keep to the road?
I was going to ask you guys, you want to use the tree line for a little more cover? It's going to slow us down a little bit, or do we want to be kind of out in the open, moving amongst the...
Well, we can hide amongst the cars if we need to.
I think sticking to the road is the easiest way to not get lost. And if we need to, we can hide in the tree line.
Mm-hmm. Plus, we can hit up that vehicle that you were talking about, just in case.
Yeah. Hey, Joe, is there any way you can salvage fuel? Is there any fuel laying around?
Straw.
You would have to find something to get the fuel out of the car, and then you would have to find something to keep it in.
I'll stab a hole in the tank.
And the car would have to have fuel in it.
Okay.
But those are the
Fuel.
If you meet those 3 conditions, you would be able to do that. Yes.
Cool. Yeah, I'm looking for oil, gas, metal cans. I do want to acquire some petroleum products.
Okay. So as you kind of go through car to car checking for that, go ahead and roll an investigation.
I'm gonna keep an eye out for any movement from any zombies or people.
Okay. And you're doing this as you're heading towards that yellowed vehicle,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yeah, 24.
Okay. You're able to find 2 vehicles that have, one of them has gasoline in the tank. Not much. Probably a quart. But you find that vehicle has, and then another vehicle has, in the oil pan, there's some oil left.
I don't have anything to carry it with, though, so I'll take some roadside detritus, just junk, and I'll stack it on top of the vehicle, kind of denoting there's something here.
Which one it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
no problem. Hayden, as you're approaching this yellow truck, you see movement in the road. And as you focus in and look like that, you notice that it is a sorry, give me just a second here. I didn't have this pulled up.
Do we have a call sign, a whistle, a knock, anything to kind of alert people to, hey, something's going on?
I would think that we might. I know I'm probably the only person that knows these can't.
That's something simple.
Yeah,
Just a little.
Yeah, we can do
Bird
that.
call.
Yeah. Caw. No.
I point my finger at Kagwar and use message and go, caw.
Oh my gosh. At the same time, I point at Kagwar and send a message.
Birds everywhere.
I can also use message. Incredible.
I would just do the whistle thing to let you guys know that there was movement, and to maybe stop for just a minute.
I'm gonna hide.
Okay.
Yeah. Once Joe tells me what it is.
Yes.
Yeah, drawing my bow.
So you see the movement. You see this humanoid kind of looks like they're crawling very desperately and very slowly towards the yellow truck, which you're able to make out as an ambulance.
Do they look alive?
They're very slowly crawling. They're on their
Okay.
belly, laying flat on the ground, and they're kind of reaching and pulling themselves along
Okay.
towards the ambulance. And this individual is very hairy, wearing some really nice black, what are those called? The dress shoes, the
Loafers?
loafers. Thank you.
Wingtips?
No, not wingtips. No, he's not that fancy. He's wearing loafers.
There's levels.
And he's wearing some black dress slacks, and you can tell that this person has a lot of fur and hair on their legs because the dress slacks are ripped up, and this brown coat is poking through, and he's got a white dress shirt that's also been ripped up and bloodied on the back that some brown hair is pulling through. And as you scan up, you can see that the arm is brown and furry and hairy, and he's got this very claw-like hand with long nails. And as you scan up, you see his neck, and his head is very brown and furry and hairy, and he's got these long, pointy ears.
Hobgoblin?
I'm going to slowly start sneaking my way where he can't see me, but I can still keep an eye on him to see if he's even alive or if he's a zombie that I need to take care of.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your stealth.
Okay.
How close am I to Rem and Mobius, bias.
You were all kind of moving together as a group along the road, and then Hayden kind of warned you, hey, there's movement, so you all stopped. The three of you are kind of together in this road.
No spells. Let's keep it quiet for now.
A
Natural
message.
20.
No spells.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Yeah,
no spells.
so the three of you are watching as Hayden disappears into the brush to the side of the road. And Hayden, you're able to kind of maneuver yourself through the brush and thicket very quietly, almost silently, like not stepping on any leaves or twigs. You're just silent. And as you kind of position yourself to get a view of this bugbear, he does not appear to be a zombie. However, as you see him reach forward, you see that he has recently been bit by something. There's a large hairless chunk on his arm that is also bleeding.
Okay.
We won't know if you take care of him.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about.
Do it.
I'm gonna sneak behind him and take care of him.
Okay,
with
you
a
natural
dagger.
20'd, so you'd be able to get up right on him.
Yeah.
He's focused on trying to reach the emergency vehicle,
Yeah.
so you get right up on him, and then right in the back right there, you just pop that dagger right in, and you can feel that right up into the skull, into the brain. You wiggle a little bit to make sure you scramble the brain, and the body goes limp.
Sorry for that, friend, but there was no helping you. And I will pull my dagger free, clean it, and then whistle again. But still keeping an eye out for more movement as we do.
So, like, was that a zombie? You just,
You don't know what I did.
He was out in the middle of the road, so you were hidden, and you were hidden from him, but they
Yeah.
obviously saw you come out and do that.
He was going to be a zombie.
Works for
And
me.
I think it's better to die alive than be turned into one of those things, and I would hope that all of you would do the same thing for me.
Cool.
I'll need
Wanna-
that in writing, but sure.
Okay.
yeah. Was it a zombie bite? Can I look at it, make sure it wasn't just like some...
Roll a medicine check.
Oh God!
Please.
You
Just
Hmm. Alright, that's a 5. I don't know. Good enough for me!
It's
What
a
chicken-
missing chunk. You can't really see any teeth marks, but there's no hair,
no.
and it looks like it's been like a whole chunk of flesh has just been pulled off.
Gnarly.
Yeah.
Okay.
got black veins coming off of it.
That seems fine. Put some dirt on it, you'll be fine.
But as you roll the body over to kind of inspect that and look at that, you see that the shirt that he's wearing is embroidered with the same logo from the Chevy pickup truck.
Oh, he was driving that thing.
Yeah, he was, but it's a little too damaged for us to take.
That's fine. Let's see what he's got. The
Yeah.
fancy lad still running a truck out here.
Let's loot this body.
Let's
Go ahead.
loot this body.
Go ahead and loot it. I'm gonna get a better vantage point and get on top of this ambulance.
Yeah, thanks. I'm gonna check his shit, Joe.
Okay.
Wear some gloves.
I usually wear gloves, though.
So you reach into the dead bugbear's pants pockets, and you find a set of keys. On the key ring, there are several, what are those called? Like little cards? You know, the like rewards cards for different places? He's got a couple of those. And then one of them is like, it's not a card, it's like a, I know if I use the word, some of you won't know, key fob. Does everybody
Oh,
know?
yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
I know
yeah.
what a key fob is.
Doesn't know what a
Perfect.
key fob is.
There might be people in the audience that don't know what a key fob is, and I'm trying to describe to. So if I use a word that they don't know what it is, it doesn't help them.
It's basically a thing to scan into some other place
Yeah.
that's locked. Yeah.
A thingamajig.
So yes, a key fob. is on that keyring. You find a wallet, and in the wallet there's a flip down, and there are pictures of him with various different people of all races. It looks like this person was probably some sort of representative who dealt with various representatives of other companies, or some kind of sales, or some kind of... He had a job where he met people, a lot of people, because he's got pictures of himself with a lot of people. They don't seem to be any consistent people in there, so you assume that there's probably no family in this wallet picture. These are all individuals that look like they are businessy people. And there's a couple dollars of currency in there, paper money.
Check. See if he's got a nice watch.
Does he have a watch?
He is wearing a watch.
I take the watch.
It is a Folex.
Okay.
A Folex.
Is it working?
So it doesn't look like it's moving. It has a minute hand and an hour hand. It's a analog watch, but you hold it up to your ears and you can hear it ticking.
Okay, I'll take it just in case. You never know.
Gnome's gonna want that.
No. I will pocket the keys, or yeah, I'll take the keys, and I don't really give a fuck about the wallet.
I could use the paper.
Yeah, I'll give the wallet over to Mobius.
Okay. Mobius, in the wallet, there's the paper currency, there's a couple credit cards, and then the pictures, and there's also, as you're kind of pulling the credit cards out, there's a little, probably a little bit bigger than a bottle cap, ring made of metal.
That will be useful.
I'm just gonna note from other games that Joe has done, don't put the fucking ring on. Don't fucking do it.
It's not a ring.
Okay.
It's just a ring of metal.
I'm just saying.
That's going to become an invention, don't you worry.
Okay.
From my vantage point, can I kind of see where he was crawling from?
Oh, it's very obvious as you kind of look that he was definitely coming from that Chevy, as you see a trail of blood.
But he wasn't carrying anything, right? Like, he didn't have a briefcase with him or a metal container full of cooled syringes or anything?
Nope.
We might want to be careful on the road. This may have been partly bandit, partly zombie. Because we don't... Why would anybody just start a fire in the truck?
He probably ran it till it popped.
Yeah, that's true, too. But just in case... There's some shady people out there.
Well, let's get this ambulance checked out and get a move.
Yep. I'm gonna look inside, like, the windows to make sure there's not some dead person up in here.
I'm still on top.
As you peek in, a face smacks up against the thing. I got you, Ray.
I don't like it.
And you see that the whole side of this face is missing flesh. It's just skeletal as the teeth like gnash and chomp at you, and then you hear pounding on the doors as this Kikar, you're up at the top, and the whole ambulance begins to kind of waver back and forth.
Whatever's in there is probably not good anymore. Let's just set it on fire and go.
The doctor's in.
Or we just not set it on fire and just leave, because setting a fire will attract more shit.
Tell you what, I'm going to use my claws, and I'm going to scratch like a big skull and bones on it. Some arrows.
Yeah, that works.
Like all the windows, just all the way around the damn thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Marking it, not safe.
Yep.
Yeah.
And on the back doors, you say,
oh, it says don't open.
Dead inside.
Okay.
Dead open inside.
Dead open inside, yeah. Well, okay. Fuck, that sucks. But I did find a first aid kit back in that truck. I think this man may have forgotten he had that.
Or he didn't know. Either way, onward we go.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Onward.
Okay. So you're following the road along, or are you heading south off the road towards the river?
I think we decided to follow the road to Baldur's Gate for now, right?
Yeah, let's just take the road.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's signs? There road signs?
Not from where you're at, where you can see yet.
All right. We're going the right direction.
Yeah.
Okay. So you continue along the road, and this is where we're going to end episode 1.
On the road again. Can't wait to be on the road again.
So thank you very
Love
much
this.
for joining us on our universal premiere of The Hidden, our interactive D&D 5e charity stream for Riley Children's Hospital. I think DB has some announcements before we wrap up for the night.
So, Nerd Asylum is doing a lot of charity games now. So, while this was the premiere for this show tonight, last night you could have caught Neverwinter, which is also a charity live stream that we're doing. If you didn't get the chance to see it, you can find it on our website or on the YouTube channel. And it's just thenerdasylum.com. And I think youtube.com/thenerdasylum, I believe is what our thing is.
Yes, we got our thing now.
Please, if you have not, subscribe to our YouTube. You'll get announced anytime we upload anything. On top of that, we have Sunrunners Season 2 premiere on January 31st. You can check out tomorrow, Barovia Beckons, our ongoing charity stream from last year, and we're going into Season 3. That first episode aired last week, and you can catch that on the website or on the YouTube. And we have podcasts coming out. There's just so much going on this year already, and I'm so excited. So, Xanathar released earlier this month. Ilvermorny will be released on January 22nd, and Eridan is releasing on February 20th. Thank you, everybody. If you can donate, please do. We also have a Patreon if you like what we're doing here and can. We would love the support so that we can make more content for everybody. We also have merch, and depending, we might have merch for this show coming out eventually. Who knows? So keep an eye on the merch store, which you can find at thenerdasylum.com/store. And I think that's everything.
I think you covered just about everything, yeah.
Oh, follow us on all the social medias at the Nerd Asylum.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you not next week, but the week after, because this is a bi-weekly show.
Hey, come visit us in the Discord.
Yeah, join
Yeah.
the Discord.
Yeah.
Join the Discord.
Have a fantastic night, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.